Peace and love and greetings and salutations, illustrious beings. I had started recording, and then, of course, as always, as soon as I started recording, I started getting messages. So, in order to give you guys my undivided attention, I disconnected from anything that would give me any messages. Hopefully, the phone won't ring. If it does, then I will ignore it. I didn't have all of this on. Like, I didn't have any jewelry on, just my glasses, and I felt like since it had been so long since I left a message, the least I could do was make myself somewhat presentable. First and foremost, I would like to give thanks to all the beings, all the different people who have reached out to me in the last few months. I have been going through different transitions, and it has not been the most comfortable of times for me. I've actually been very quiet, not as quiet as I should be, but quiet enough because energetically I just have not had it to give to anybody but myself for the most part. I mean, I've still worked with some people and worked with some clients, but for the most part I've been on my own and quiet. And I've had a great supporter and a wonderful friend who has definitely exchanged and shared energy with me and held me when I needed to be held and spoke life into me when I needed to hear life and has kept watch with me. And I guess this video is basically going to be about that because all around us we're going through great transformations, transfigurations. And so funny because we'll ask for things and then they start coming and then we start tripping. So with that being said, it's been very intriguing for me because some of the things that I want, like, I've wanted to move into my own business for some years. I've wanted to downsize somewhat for some years. And in the last few months, I stopped receiving any kind of income outside of the clients that I get. And so Spirit has been very strict with me that I can no longer do consultations and sessions, mini sessions and empowerment sessions and energetic sessions and guidance and counseling for free. And that's very difficult for me because I like helping people and working with people. It's not difficult for me to charge because my time is valuable and I'm worthy of compensation for my time, but I don't like money to be the reason why I don't give someone what I may be able to give them by way of spirit. So, but at this point, it's just like I have to be paid for my time. So that is what it is. Um, and during the transition, it's been intriguing because, you think, first of all, the people who have been there are people that I would never think that would be there. I'm so grateful for my Cyber family. I'm about to tear up because it has been my Cyber family that has upheld me even more than the people that I've grew up around or exchanged. It's people who have never even met my physical being who have held me close, who have supported me financially, via loans or gifts, who have supported me emotionally via words or kind thoughts. I have had great sisters and brother friends here who have come pick me up and gotten me out the house because I'm without transportation now for the first time in 15 years. I don't live on a bus line. It's been great because I've been jogging and I'm up to about a little over 7 miles. When I run, I can do a good 7 miles. And my speed is increasing where I'm not jogging the whole time. I am doing some light running. I won't even say sprinting yet. I sprint across the street, but not really sprinting it, which I want to get back into sprinting. I used to love to sprint, and I used to do cross country. So I'm grateful for those things coming out of that. I have not been on my cleansing ritual like I should be. A lot of times I'm just so at awe at how the manifestation of what I've asked and willed is coming to pass. So I just give thanks. But what I wanted to talk about is being in your garden, period, because I have felt like I've been in a space where I've been in a garden space, like when Christ was getting ready to go to his crucifixion. And he was in a space of great transfiguration and transformation. He was getting ready to go through some outer opposition, for lack of better terms, or some circumstantial things that were going to birth and activate some internal cosmic and spiritual aspects of himself. It was going to birth more of his divinity into the fleshly realm. And I have understood for the first time what it meant to have people keep watch with you, because what I have seen, I've had many opportunities to advance my business in a way that I didn't feel was heart-led or spirit-led. I've had very many opportunities to solicit income in different manners. As a matter of fact, I went for a nanny job where I would have been a live-in nanny. I would have been taking care of a 2.5-year-old, and I was propositioned and offered the job if I was willing to throw in certain perks. And so I can't even blame the dude, though. You know, it was me. I mean, you know, what can I say? He was overwhelmed. He was like, "You're special." And that's what happens when people see the spirit of the Most High on you, or the spirit of love on you, the spirit of compassion, the spirit of joy. And when you do the self-work to walk in a tone and create an atmosphere of healing and love everywhere you go, people are going to be attracted to that in different ways. And they'll think they want to sleep with you. They'll think they want you to be their mate. Most of them cannot even handle you as a friend, much less as a mate. But they will think that because anytime they've had good vibrations of that nature, they've indulged in it in that way. You know, either they've had sex or they did drugs or something like that. So they want to consume it. Or even worse, on some levels, they want to own it. They want to possess it. They want to capture it and bottle it up and somehow make it their own. So I can't blame them. It's me. You know, what can I say? But anyway, I'm humble, I promise. But back to what I was saying, in your time, you know, if you read the Bible, you know, I know a lot of you are too deep for the Bible now and you've grown too much. But if you read the Bible, there were a lot of stories of these great times of temptation, you know, fasting periods, clearing periods when the enemy or Satan and his angels will come. And I have seen that when you're in periods of what might look like destitution to the world or desperation to the world, the tempter comes in many forms. Opportunities that you wouldn't normally even entertain. You find yourself taking a second, like in time. 1 second look at it when you would have never taken a second look at it before. Not a second look as in twice, a second. You know, for a second you entertain that thought. You find yourself, you find that people will treat you differently when they feel that you're in a vulnerable position. People who might normally be gentle with you will be tougher. It's very interesting. So I have learned the importance of your inner circle and who you allow to keep watch with you, because when you are already facing the voice of the tempter or Satan or whatever you want to call it, false opportunity, counterfeit chances, when you're already facing that and you're already weak and your body, because when you're going through these transfigurations, guys, and you're going through these transformations, your body is being pulled beyond its fleshly point of comfort. I mean, you're being stretched energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. You're being stretched, so it's very uncomfortable. So at that time, you're not feeling good. Most of us are not feeling good. Your body is feeling a different way than it normally feels. And so when you have the people who are keeping watch with you, I love that Christ asked, "Could you not keep watch with me for an hour?" What he was basically saying is, I can rebuild myself. I know how to put me back together. I know how to speak life into me. I know how to resurrect myself. But right now, I need you guys to keep watch and keep the tempter back. I need you to keep the distraction back. I need you to keep the negative words off of me. I need you to block that, because right now I'm so sensitive. That is going to hit me 85,000 times worse, and it's going to zap even more energy than I have to offer right now. And I've realized people really are not good at keeping watch with you. As a matter of fact, some of the main ones who are supposed to be keeping watch with you will be the ones throwing the negative words at you. They will allow the tempter or the oppressor. And you know, when I say oppressor, I'm not talking systematically. I'm talking about energetically, those forces that begin to discredit you or come to bring doubt. Like I had a really close person keep saying, "So, are you nervous yet? Are you scared yet? Are you feeling afraid yet? You know, you don't have an income now. Are you scared yet?" You know, wanting to see, because what you'll find is when you start living a certain type of life, it holds other people accountable to themselves. Even if you don't ever say a word like you should be or you shouldn't be or you need to or you don't, if you live in love a certain way, if you live in grace a certain way, if you live trying to do and make right decisions, it holds other people accountable supernaturally. You don't have to say a word. So it's like when they see you shaking and you've been that example for them, it's almost like they get kind of like a, yeah, so what's happening to you now? You got all the answers. What you going to do that for? And they don't even understand. And that's why I wrote what I wrote. Have you not watched me go through this life? I have been through some challenges. I've been homeless as a youth. I've been through different violations physically, supernatural, psychologically, emotionally. I've been through so many different trials and tribulations. And I'm not saying this to say, oh, poor baby. No, sometimes I do feel like, oh, poor baby. But for real, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying like nothing has stopped me yet, and nothing will but me. And that's my message all the time when I speak to my friends, when I speak to my families, when I speak to my loved ones, when I speak to strangers, that's what I want people to feel, that courage to know that no matter where you find yourself, and I have had some low days, especially energetically, where I just haven't even wanted to move. Just 2 days ago, I was just like, I couldn't move. I couldn't. I didn't want to figure out the next move. I didn't want to begin to make, I just didn't want to move. I didn't. And so I'm going to say you can have those moments, but even in those moments, hold on to the fact that this is just temporary. All of it's temporary. And if you know what you've asked for and you see the universe conspiring to bring that, you see God, Goddess moving to bring that to pass, then you have to just relax. I mean, it's hard. I'm speaking from a space right now where I'm in the Garden of Gethsemane. As a matter of fact, I'm probably already on a cross. I think I've been on a cross for some weeks now. I'm on the cross. I got nails coming through my hands and feet. I done been beat the hell up. I got a piercing on my side, and I've been, yeah, I'm on the cross already. I'm just waiting to give up that last breath but through all of that, I know why I'm here, and I know what I'm doing, and I know that I'm being moved into a position, and I know that I'm being opened up, and I'm being freed up. I'm being forced to let go of a lot of things that bring me comfort and security, or so I thought. Oh, I've been having to get those things completely up. They can't come into this next cycle with me. And basically, I'm in a space of rebuilding from scratch my own vision, because so much of what we have, most of us have come from what, people told us was what we were supposed to be doing, what we're supposed to be thinking, how we were supposed to be feeling, how we're supposed to be living, what we're supposed to be creating. And so we created from that space. And I'm actually being stripped of everything. The illusions, the delusions. I have grown in grace in a way that I've never grown in grace. And, I've had a lot of people do a lot of things that I felt like wasn't cool, and it's like Spirit has had me so where I look back and I'm like, all of us are doing our best. And when I look at my friends and they don't behave the way I would in a situation, I can't even be angry anymore because it's like, you know what? That makes sense to them. And who am I to judge? And for the first time in a long time, I understand that in such a level that I've never understood it. Like, who am I to want you to do it differently? Because if I want you to do it differently, then I want you to be different. And I don't want you to want me to be different. I want to be me. And that's what this is doing. It is forcing me to be me. So be very careful when you're in your garden, who you bring to keep watch with you. And be very careful when you're in those garden spaces, what and who you're listening to. There's a lot of people right now who are feeling the energetic shifts, the pole shifts, the planetary shifts, the energy from the different celestial things going on with the planets and the comets and the stars, and all of these different things are converging and aligning, and people are feeling some kind of way, and then they're listening to people who are pumping fear in them. And I'm going to tell you this is a time where fear is so detrimental because it's such a time where you have to really choose now which way you want to live. Do you want to live in fear? And how can you say that you are supposed to be creating things if you're so focused on what someone else is telling you is coming down the pipe or what is going to happen? I mean, I encourage everyone to really look in their heart and begin to hold up what they want to see instead of what they do see. And I know that's not easy, but it's possible. All things are possible. So it's just a time of really being clear about what you want, your intent, and really living like that, regardless to what you see. And we have such an awesome experience here because we really can choose what we don't see yet. We can choose that, and then we can watch it come to life. We can watch it be born. We can watch our families come together. And like I said, do not give in to fear. Love has to rule you right now. You have to allow love to be your barometer, your thermometer, and your climate control changer. Let love rule you. Let go of the paradigms. Let go of the either or philosophies. Let go of the black and white mentalities. Let go of the love, hate, doom, destruction. Let go of that. Because if you go into this now moment carrying the baggage of yesterday, I watch people all the time become that which they say is disgusting in the world. Like, that's so horrible. I can't believe they act like that. Well, I'm going to do that because I'm going to put a stop to it. Well, if you become like them, you're just putting more of that back into your now. It can't be what you don't like. But maybe that's why you don't like it, because on some level it's a part of you. And what isn't a part of you? It just takes the right code, the right series of events to unlock certain things. You have to choose how you respond. And that's the thing. Like, when do we stop responding the way we've been taught to respond and really become who we are? So I've had a lot of opportunities being mad at a lot of people. And I was talking to my little sister last night, and she was like, "You were mad at me." And I was like, "No, I wasn't. Why would I be mad at you for feeling the way you feel about something?" Now, there was a time I would have been mad. But through the grace of Goddess and God, I have really learned, like, how do you get mad at people for being where they are and being who they are? Like, what sense does it make? How does that change it? How does it make it better? How does it make them better? How does it make you better? So I'm choosing at this point in my life to only focus on things that edify those around me and myself. And if it can't bring love, if it can't bring healing, if it can't bring peace, if it can't bring solution, something that gets to the matter of the heart and soul of a being, I don't have time for it. That's why my business is Heart Solutions. I'm trying to find the matter of the heart and the soul and how to get that thing pumping and working as it is meant to, how to clear it, how to reprogram it into life and the love that it always knew that it was. So who's on your team? Do you have people that can hold you while you emotionally vomit and upchuck certain things? Because it's that period of letting go. And a lot of things are coming to force that. Force the thoughts that we're thinking that are not serving us out. And we've been asking for it. So it's here. It's here now. It's here. Trust me, it's here. And it's growing. And either we will grow in it or we won't. And that growth is relative to ourselves. Like nobody can judge what growth you're having but you. But you know. So if you want change, if you want growth, gotta do things differently. You gotta really decide. Like I could go back to that way of doing it, but is that really gonna be the way out for me? Or am I just tying myself back in? And I've had a lot of opportunities to tie myself back up into lifestyles I let go of, mindsets I let go of. I would have had to travel so far backwards to even be able to do some of the things that I've been offered to do in order to generate income. So here we are. Here we are at a great point of understanding self. And I will say this, if you are the one with someone, around people who might need to lean on you a little bit, don't get beside yourself because they need you right now. Because it's so temporal. Be either grateful that you can lend a hand, and if you don't want to lend a hand, back the fuck up. Just move out the way. Don't speak negativity and don't kick people, even people that you feel might have harmed you or let you down. Don't be that person that's like, yeah, so now you need me. Don't be that person. If you can't do it from a place of love, just don't do it because it's just ugly. And it is not going to bear you any good harvest fruit. If when you look at your brother and your sister, and all you can do is think about how they wronged you and how you want to get even, leave them alone. Don't help them until you can do it from a heart of love and compassion. Because, see, it's really the love that they need. It's the compassion that they need. It's that support on a multi-dimensional level that's going to make the difference in how they do. I mean, they're going to do it for the good of themselves on their own. They got to choose that. But you can lighten the load. That's what I do at Heart Solutions. That's one of the things that I say. I want to hold space with you. I want you to have a safe space in which you can be yourself, where you will not be judged for who you are, and where I can hold some of that weight with you, where I can lift you and lift that burden with you so you don't have to carry that load alone, because we're so trained to think we have to do it all by ourselves. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity. This is probably the first time in my life, even, oh my God, my mom, I want to tear up again. My mother has been so wonderful and so supportive in a way that she hasn't been my whole life, like even as a little girl, because I was so much the powerhouse handling everything. So it's been wonderful to have the angels come to my aid and lift me and hold me and feed me and love me, because we all need that. So know when to allow support to come, but also be aware of who you try to let. I will tell you what I was given last week. Not all help brings relief. Some of these people, you don't need them around you while you're vulnerable. You don't need them around you while you're trying to figure out your next moves. You don't need that energy. You don't need that influence. You don't need those suggestions. You don't need that insight. Not all help brings relief. So be selective. Ultimately, if I could leave you with anything, it would be trust yourself to get through it. Allow yourself to release whatever needs to fall away from you. That can be one of the most difficult things, is letting go of the car, letting go of the space that you might have lived in. I'm getting ready to probably move in the next 3 weeks, maybe. Letting go of my space. Ugh. I'm so used to my own space. But see, it's so funny because we talk all this stuff about holistic communities and wanting to save the planet, but we don't want to let go of anything. But then we want the system to crash. I'm not a system crash kind of person, because I don't know that the full crashing of the system is going to be good for anybody. But, to each their own, whatever. It can be difficult to let go of things that you've told yourself you have to have, and just breathe and find a way to say, you know what, I'm moving on to something bigger and better. I will probably be traveling in the next couple of weeks. I would like to possibly expand my business to come working with certain clients in their homes. So for those of you who watch this video, who work with me, who are my clients, which I will be letting you know eventually through an email or something. But for those of you who I worked with one-on-one and who may need some intensive care, and need me in the space to come and maybe clear out your space, help you incorporate some new things into the home, some new practices into your life that may change the direction in which you're going and vibing. I will be open because it looks like I'm going to be moving soon, and I'll be free to travel for the first time in a long time. I will have nothing tying me to this space at all, not even me. So that's an idea. For those of you who do want to consult, please feel free to consult with me. Heartsolutions9 at gmail.com. That's HEARTSOULUTIONS. Heartsolutions9 at gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, Starfly Awakening. Very soon, Facebook will probably be an afterthought. My site is completely, 99.9% done. So I'll be hopefully releasing it in the next week or two, if not the next few days. Who knows? I haven't had a lot of energy or time to put in it the last few days as I've been being redirected into some new spaces and figuring out what it is I'm going to do, or where I'm going to be. You can also, my PayPal is choosinglife7@yahoo.com. If you feel led to sow into my life, you may do so there. Also, if you want to set up an appointment, one of the great ways to go ahead and book your appointment is to go ahead and pay for it. I'm still doing $1 a minute for now. So feel free to go on and sign up and, get your healing vibrations on with me. I'm so grateful for the space that I am in. I am grateful for the revelation of the people around me, who they are, who I truly am. And I'm grateful for the new beginnings and the intent that I can be so clear about. I just encourage us each to do that. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with each other. Be kind to each other. Be loving to each other. I know everything in this system, in this world, has taught you to shut down and hide and can't trust nobody. And if you open up, then what? If you open up, then what? You've opened up. That's all that matters. What these other people do with what you give to them is their issue. If it's an issue for you that what you gave to them did not make them behave and or respond the way you wanted, then you were not moving in love. You were moving in manipulation. Manipulation is unloving behavior. So in order to see loving results, one must move in love. We do not do what we do to make people do what we want them to do. We do it because we love them, and that's what we want to do. And as they move in love and grace and grow, a lot of times they will reciprocate. But if manipulation is your goal, no, don't do that. If you can't do it from a space of just wanting to make someone's life better, encourage, love, share, give, it's so good talking to you guys. I miss you. You are always on my heart. I am always lifting you up. My YouTube family, my Facebook family, my solar family, my cosmic family, my brothers and sisters of love and compassion. I'm always thinking of you. It is hard for me not to do anything. I've been really getting the message that I need to be quiet, and I still find myself posting something on Facebook to encourage and or inspire or ignite a thought or healing or a breakthrough, because I love you guys so much. It's true. Anybody that I work with, even the people that I don't work with, because I feel like I work with everybody when I work with myself anyway, I love you. If you don't know that you're loved today by anybody else, know that Starfly loves you. Letitia Gale loves you. I've been using my birth tone a little bit more lately. Letitia Gale. I'm Letitia Gale. So know that I love you. I do. I love you. And I'm seeing healing. You know, I want to say it's the worst of times and it was the best of times. That is often how it is. It is. You know, I've seen so much growth in people that I love. My mother, my love, my friends. It's a beautiful time. It's awfully beautiful. You know, all means to be like inspired and carried away. And why do we make awful